Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new JetPunk quiz video. So, recently you may have seen I've been doing general knowledge quizzes across all subjects, and on average, I think I'm getting about 1 to 2 questions wrong per quiz. I discovered that there is a corresponding playlist for geography, so I'm going to be playing that today, and I'm going to be trying to get 0 questions wrong. That might not be a realistic goal. I don't know. I haven't looked at the quizzes yet, but I think these are going to be easier than the very hard geography quizzes I've been doing recently, so maybe there's a chance, but we will see. If you want to play the quizzes alongside me so that I don't spoil the answers, I will leave a link to the playlist in the description. And lastly, if you guys do like these videos and you want to see more of them, then do let me know by leaving a comment telling me, liking the video, and subscribing it to the channel. So, without further ado, let's get started. Geography general knowledge. What is the highest mountain in Japan? That would be Fuji. What country borders only China and Russia? Mongolia. What island shared by Haiti and the Dominican Republic? That would be Hispaniola. What country's national rugby union team are known as the Springboks? South Africa. On what island did dodo birds live before they went extinct? They were on Mauritius. What is the largest desert in Africa? Just the Sahara. The southernmost national capital city in the world is Wellington, New Zealand. The national animal of the United States? Presumably the bald eagle. On what sea would you find the city of Sochi, host to the 2014 Winter Olympics? That is the Black Sea. The highest mountain in Africa is Kilimanjaro. What country is home to the greatest number of Coptic Christians? Egypt. Some of these are geography adjacent, which is making me scared that I'm going to not know some of them. What is the tallest waterfall in the world? That's Angel Falls in Venezuela. The name of the Dutch-speaking region of Belgium is Flanders. What well-known dance form originated in Argentina and Uruguay? That's the type of question I'm going to get wrong eventually, but this is tango. By volume of water, the largest loch in Scotland is, I'm going to guess that it's Ness because of how deep it is. What line divides the northern and southern U.S. states? The Mason-Dixon line. What Italian region has its capital in Florence? That would be Tuscany. On what peninsula is Cabo San Lucas located? That would be Baja California. Rome's only sister city. Oh no. Paris. Okay, that's lucky. I mean, I guess it's one of the first cities you guess, but I didn't actually know that. And what major city in India is located about 60 kilometers away from Bangladesh? That is, of course, Kolkata or Calcutta. So, pretty smooth on the first quiz. Again, I'm going to try and do that for the whole video, but I will probably miss something eventually. Quiz stats are here. So Paris, 25% get rate, Mason-Dixon, 26, and it kind of goes up from there. But yeah, I would say that makes sense. Those are two of the tougher questions. So we will go on to number 2. There are 16 total in the playlist. I don't think I'll get to all of them today, but maybe about half of them would be a good video length. So on we go. What city is famous for its gondolas? Venice. The largest Russian city on the Pacific Ocean is presumably Vladivostok. What islands, or what am I doing? What is the world's biggest river by volume of water discharged? Amazon. I skipped a question for some reason. What island's northern part is known as Ulster? That would be Ireland. The national airline of Australia is called Qantas. Again, there's going to be something like that I'm not going to know eventually. What country lies just 10 kilometers away from the French territory of Saint-Pierre-et-Miquelon? That is Canada. The largest country in Africa by land area is Algeria. What national capital can be translated as Red Hero? That is Ulaanbaatar. What building is commonly used for royal British weddings, coronations, and burials? Presumably Westminster Abbey, yes. What city was founded by Brigham Young in 1847? Famous Mormon Brigham Young, so presumably this is Salt Lake City. What country's national bird is the kiwi? That is New Zealand. What salty inland sea has an elevation of negative 430.5 meters? That's the Dead Sea. Canada's largest island is Baffin. What crown dependency is situated about halfway between Ireland and Great Britain? The Isle of Man. What is the smallest country by area and population? The Vatican. What is the highest mountain in the United States? That would be Mount Denali, formerly McKinley. What Spanish autonomous region is Barcelona the capital of? Catalonia. What country is completely surrounded by South Africa? Lesotho. What is the name of the string of islands off the southern tip of Florida? Those are the Florida Keys. And finally, what city is known in its native language as Wien? Wien is the German name for Vienna. 40 out of 40. Ulaanbaatar 16%. Again, that checks out. That's just a kind of a fact that I knew. but it's like if I hadn't known that, that would have been really difficult to guess. So that makes sense. 26% on Saint-Pierre-et-Miquelon, Canada is a little bit more surprising to me, but fair enough. It is a pretty small territory. Dogs are banned in Antarctica? What the heck? Okay. Not what I was expecting to see at the bottom of this quiz. That's kind of a crazy one. All right, 40 out of 40. Let's keep it going. General knowledge number 3. What is the oldest national park in the US and the world? Yellowstone. What is usually considered to be the world's longest river? Usually, I think it's the Nile. In what city would you find the Brandenburg Gate? That is Berlin. What country is the city of Limerick a part of? We are in Ireland again. What modern-day country traces its origins to King Clovis in the late 400s AD? So Clovis was like a Merovingian, like a Frankish king, so I guess I say France here. Yep. What well-known mountain pass connects Pakistan and Afghanistan? This is the Khyber Pass. What Indonesian volcano exploded in 1883 with the force of 200 megatons of TNT? I don't know if it's Krakatoa or Tambora, but given the difficulty of the quiz, it's probably Krakatoa. Krakatoa, if I could spell it. What is the world's least densely populated country, and also the only country with more horses than people? Mongolia. The most populous state in Australia, I imagine, is New South Wales. Near what major city would you find Old Trafford? That's where Manchester United plays, so Manchester. On what lake is Toronto located? The aptly named Lake Ontario. What country do Sherpas come from? They are an ethnic group in Nepal. What country was formerly known as Ceylon? That is Sri Lanka. Who do the Swiss Guard guard? They guard the Pope. Africa's second longest river would be the... Niger? No? Okay. Oh, right. The Nile exists, so it's the Congo. Yep. In what country did bossa nova music originate? It's famously Brazilian music. In what Mediterranean country has a cedar tree on its flag? That would be Lebanon. What modern-day capital is near the location of the ancient city of Carthage? Tunis. What national capital is also known as Krungtep? That is Bangkok. And then which French city lies closest to Great Britain? I would guess like Calais, maybe? Yep. And that is 60. Okay, well, we're still going. Nothing too hard on that quiz. Easiest, or hardest question, rather, was 36%. But we're still rolling. Okay. Quiz 4. According to legend, what mountain is home of the Greek gods? Olympus. Name the two countries. Name of the two. Probably should say either of the two countries with the highest Muslim population. I know number 1 is Indonesia. Second is, I don't know, like Iran or something? Oh, it's Pakistan. Actually, wait, yeah, of course. What is the largest island in the Caribbean? Cuba. What is the southern hemisphere equivalent to the Tropic of Cancer? That's Capricorn. What volcano in the U.S. state of Washington erupted in 1980, killing 57 people? That's Mount St. Helens. What is the capital of Pakistan? That would be Islamabad. What city was once known as Tenochtitlan? That is Mexico City. What country do Gurkha soldiers come from originally? India? Oh no. Nepal? Nepal. Okay, I've heard of them, but I wasn't quite sure what they were. Which U.S. state was an independent country from 1836 to 1846? Probably Texas, Republic of Texas. What is the largest island in the country of Australia, not counting the mainland? Tasmania. The nickname of Rome. Oh boy. Eternal City, I think? Okay. Again, that's one I could easily miss. What is the largest city in the Midlands region of England? Birmingham. What mountain ranges' many sub-ranges include the Poconos and the Blue Ridge Mountains? Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Are we saying Appalachians? Yes, we are. In what language are Kardashian and Sarkisian common surnames? These are, well, ending in IAN, very common in Armenian. In what mountain range is the Matterhorn located? That's the Alps. What Egyptian city was once home to the world's greatest library? Alexandria. What is considered to be Hinduism's most sacred river? Ganges. What island are lemurs native to? Madagascar. What city's name can be spelled by rearranging the letters in Tokyo? That would be Kyoto. And what former Roman wall lies in northern England? Hadrian's Wall. And that's 80 for 80. 41% the hardest on that one. I think that's fair. I mean, If you don't know what the Blue Ridge Mountains are, it's like that's not going to be easy. But we're still going. Only 10 minutes into the video. Theoretically, I could do the whole playlist, but we'll see if I last that long. What is known as the City of Light? Paris. Okay, I was not sure. I don't like city nickname questions. It's like they all have just like random generic nicknames. What is the most common religion in India? Hinduism. If you sailed north through the Bering Strait, what body of water would you be in? The Arctic Ocean, I assume. Yeah. What country is home to Mount Kilimanjaro? Tanzania. What historical region consists of the northeast part of China? Manchuria, I assume, is what they want. The largest and most populous island of Japan is Honshu. The oldest university in England, I believe, is Oxford. What city is considered to be the economic capital of Israel? That would be Tel Aviv. The former name of Ho Chi Minh City is Saigon. In what U.S. state does the Mississippi River begin? I believe it's in Minnesota. What is the official residence of the Russian president? The Kremlin. Every year, the Spanish town of Buñol has a food fight. What type of food is thrown? This is the tomato fight, or whatever it's officially called. La Tomatera or something. What major U.S. city is located on Puget Sound? Seattle. What peninsula can be found in the northwest part of France? Brittany? Is that what you want? Yep. What building is the headquarters of the U.S. military? The Pentagon. The highest mountain in the Alps is Mont Blanc. What major river flows through the Grand Canyon? That's the Colorado. What sea of the Pacific borders 10 different countries, with China trying to claim nearly all of it? Should be the South China Sea. Hobart is the largest city on the island of Tasmania. And Canada's smallest province by size and population is Prince Edward Island. We are still going. Again, hardest there was 41% on South China, so nothing too crazy. I wonder if I should just try and speedrun the whole thing, or just go until I miss one. What city hosts the most well-known Oktoberfest? Munich. Not counting continental landmasses, the world's largest island is Greenland. The holiest city in Islam is Mecca. In what country would you find Annapurna? That would be Nepal. What mountain range separates France and Spain? That's the Pyrenees. What tiny country is located within that mountain range? That would be Andorra. The capital of Djibouti is Djibouti. What river forms the border between Texas and Mexico? The Rio Grande, or Rio Grande. What does the pound symbol represent? The pound. Well, in what country would you find the tomb of Cyrus the Great? He was a famous king of Persia, so Iran. The tallest active volcano in Italy is Etna. The most populous province of Canada would be Ontario. What country contains the province of Zeeland, after which New Zealand was named? The Netherlands. The historical overland route that connected China to the Mediterranean was the Silk Road. What Russian exclave borders Lithuania and Poland? Kaliningrad. The patron saint of England. Oh no. Saint Andrew is Scotland. Is it George? It is George, okay. What capital is connected to the Swedish city of Malmö via a bridge? That is Copenhagen. The world's tallest building from 1931 to 1971 was the Empire State. It is. What river flows into the Mississippi near St. Louis? That's the Ohio. Or the Missouri. Oops. That's kind of bad. Yes, the Ohio is close to there, but not in the same place. And what is the largest desert in East Asia? Probably the Gobi. All right. That's quiz 6 done, I believe. Yep. 120 out of 120. Annapurna, Nepal being the hardest one. There at 40%. Quiz 7. What is the largest country in the world by population? India. The highest mountain range that is not in Asia would be the Andes. What family name is shared by approximately 40% of Vietnamese people? So like Nguyen, or however it's pronounced. What strait separates Alaska and Russia? Speaking of the Bering Straits, it comes back. What country has a town named Marathon, after which the race was named? The Battle of Marathon, famous battle in ancient Greece. What is the world's largest freshwater lake by surface area? Caspian Sea is not freshwater, so I guess we're going for Superior. Yep. What A word means island chain? Archipelago. The only country where Komodo dragons live in the wild is Indonesia. What building has the street address 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? That's the White House. What country shares its name with a U.S. state? Georgia. What strait, starting with the letter B, divides Europe from Asia at Istanbul? That is the Bosphorus Strait. In what city would you find the Kowloon Peninsula? Kowloon is Hong Kong. What English town is famous for its white cliffs? Dover. What formerly uninhabited island, starting with the letter P, was settled by HMS Bounty mutineers? That is Pitcairn, and is barely inhabited even now, and they have some crazy stuff going on there, or at least they did. If you don't know the history of Pitcairn Island, I mean, discretion advised, but you go ahead and look it up. It is pretty interesting. What is the second largest desert in Africa? The Kalahari? Yep. The largest island in the Indian Ocean would be Madagascar. The German name for Germany is Deutschland. What type of bird is depicted on a Canadian $1 coin? Uh-oh. Okay, that could be a problem. What's a famous Canadian bird? Oh, dear. Oh, no. Penguin. No, that what the hell am I talking about? They don't have penguins in Canada. Forget I said that. What's a bird that's associated with Canada, though? Like eagle, hawk, falcon. Oh no. Oh no. Seagull. No, that doesn't make sense. Oh no. Canada. Bird. Oh my god. This is so easy too, I think. I can't think of it. Vegemite comes from Australia. What frequently photographed building was Galileo said to have dropped a cannonball from? Leaning Tower of Pisa. What type of bird is depicted on a Canadian $1 coin? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I don't know. Puffin? No. Albatross? Guys, I think I'm in trouble here. I don't know what kind of bird is associated with Canada. Alouette? That's like a Quebec thing, but Thunderbird? No. Canuck, that's not a bird. Well, rest in peace. Duck, goose, goose. Wait, how is it not a goose? Canada goose. What? Oh no! I thought I had it. No! What is it? It's a loon. What? Okay, that's actually really random. What? I thought I was gonna know that. Why? What? Common loon? Jesus, I don't think I ever would have guessed that. I thought I was gonna kick myself. Common loon? 25%. I mean, it was easier than Pitcairn. It was harder than everything else, though. What? That's so random. No. As if, man. That's brutal. Okay. Unlucky. There goes the streak. I made it to quiz number 7, but I did not know what type of bird was depicted on a Canadian $1 coin. But at least now you guys have something to roast me in the comments about. So go for it, I guess. But I don't know, man. I'm not Canadian. I don't know why I would know that, but yeah. I hardly even know what a loon is, to be honest with you, so that is unfortunate. Okay, so there's 16 quizzes in the playlist. I think I'm going to stop at number 8, and then I will do 9 through 16 in another video where I will actually try to get everything right. I almost made it. I almost made it this time, but oh well. Had to come to an end eventually, I guess. Which one of New York City's 5 boroughs contains Times Square? That is Manhattan. Including inland seas, what is the world's largest lake? That's the Caspian Sea. Caspian? I don't know why it accepted that. JetPunk moment. In what city would you find the Bolshoi Theater? I believe that's in Moscow. Name one of the 2 countries whose name starts with North. North Korea, North Macedonia. What African nation became the world's newest independent country in 2011? That is South Sudan. What is the most common religion in Cambodia? Probably Buddhism. Near what major U.S. city is Lake Pontchartrain located? New Orleans. What city is home to the world's tallest building? Dubai. What valley holds the record for the highest temperature ever reliably recorded on Earth? The old Death Valley in California. On what peninsula are Albania and Serbia located? That's the Balkan Peninsula. Pakistan's longest river would be the Indus. What Hawaii volcano is the tallest mountain in the world when measured from its base on the ocean floor? Mauna Kea. What country is Cappadocia a part of? That's in Turkey. What is Rome's Flavian Amphitheater better known as? That's the good old Colosseum. What is the busiest airport in the London area? Probably Heathrow. What is usually considered to be the most common first name in the world? Oh dear. Oh, that's an interesting one. What? What are we doing here? Is it, it's not going to be an English name, is it? Is it going to be Chinese? Is it going to be Indian? Is it going to be like Spanish or something? Like Jose or something? John? James? Wait, what? Hello? Oh, Muhammad. There we go. Okay, that was a little brain fart. What constellation is depicted on the Australian flag? That's the Southern Cross, or Crux. On what peninsula would you find the cities of Merida and Cancun? That is the Yucatan Peninsula. What famous event for daredevils happens in Pamplona, Spain? The other famous Spain thing is the running of the bulls. And the capital of Western Australia is Perth. Okay, so 159 out of 160. I think I'm going to leave the video there. I think that was a solid performance. I did not know that the Canadian dollar coin had a common loon on it, but I guess now I do. And yeah, I think pretty soon I will try the other half of this playlist. I will try and get every single one right, but who knows what will happen. But yeah, just a quick little quiz video for you guys. Let me know in the comments how you did if you tried the quizzes yourselves. If any of you managed to get 160 out of 160, do let me know. And congrats if you did. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.